If you are doing web coding, then you must know this company, Cursor, which is doing billions of dollars in revenue, but their profit margin is actually negative. They're literally losing money on their customers every day. And they're not alone. Many of the AI products you use every day are built on a similar shaky foundation. So, are these brilliant business playing the long game, or are they just money burning black holes? As a founder and product manager in this space, this is a question I obsess over. Let's break down the two critical factors that separate a future giant from a future failure. The core problem for many of these AI application companies is simple. Their costs are tied directly to their usage. Every time a user on an app like Cursor writes code, the app makes an API call to a powerful model like Anthropic's Cloud, and that call costs a lot of money. In many cases, the companies pay more to Cloud than they're charging their user in subscription fees. It's like a restaurant selling a steak for $20 that cost them 25 to make. You can't make it up on volume, so the greatest mode, which has always been the network effect, doesn't exist anymore. Is that true? So, when you are evaluating an AI company, whether you are an investor, a potential employee, or you're just a curious user, you have to ask two fundamental questions. The first one is about you, the user. That's right. Is the problem the AI solves a high frequency daily habit of yours or just a low frequency one time task? This is everything. Cursor, for example, targets professional software engineers writing code in a daily high frequency work. If they can become an indispensable part of developers' workflow, the user becomes incredibly sticky. In that case, losing a little money upfront to acquire that user and hook them into the product can be a smart long term bet. And you can always raise prices later once you are essential. But compare that to an AI for designing, say, for example, a birthday party invitation that's low frequency, one time task. The user comes in, gets their value, and leaves. They might not be back for a year. If you're losing money on that user, you're never going to make it back. You're not building a business, you're running a charity. So the first question is always, how often does the user need this AI for? The second, and even more important question, is about cost. Can the profit margin improve over time? For AI companies, this comes down to one thing: the rise of open source models. Right now, closed source models like GPT and Cloud are the best, but they're expensive. However, open source models are catching up at an amazing pace. Reports suggest that some Chinese models like Minimax Qwen from Alibaba are getting close to Cloud's performance, but at a fraction of the cost, maybe 1/20th or even 1/50th. There are rumors that Cursor is already training its own models on top of Qwen. If they can successfully switch from an expensive closed source model to a cheap, good enough open source one, their profit margin could flip from negative to positive overnight. And this is the end game. The bet isn't just on user growth, it's on the commoditization of the underlying AI models. So, is a company like Cursor a good business? My framework is this: if the problem is high frequency enough, high value, and there is a clear path to improving margins by leveraging open source, then yes, it is a smart bet. They're using expensive models as a temporary tool to acquire sticky user base with the plan to swap out the engine later. And as a founder, this is the tightrope you have to walk. You have to deliver a magical experience today, which often means using the best, most expensive models. But you have to have a clear roadmap to profitability that doesn't rely on your API provider's charity forever. And is one of the hardest strategic challenges in tech right now. So, what do you think? Do you know any AI companies that actually fits in these criteria to become the next billion-dollar giant? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're interested in the business of AI, not just the tech, subscribe for more breakdowns. Thank you for watching. Salut.